In economics, there is often the assumption that people make rational choices, and that they aren't affected by emotions and impulsivity when making decisions. But this is far from the truth, and it is the reason why behavioral economics, which combines economics and psychology, was born. So, here are 3 dumb money mistakes you're probably making. This is Andrew. Andrew went to the cinema, bought a ticket, and halfway into the movie he was bored out of his mind. But he decided to keep watching it till the end, to get his money's worth. Later that day, Andrew went to an all-you-can-eat restaurant. He paid $30, and he ate so much that he felt sick afterward. In both of these situations, Andrew has fallen victim to the sunk cost fallacy, which is when individuals continue a behavior or endeavor as a result of previously invested resources. But that is irrational, because whether you watch the whole movie or eat 10 plates of steak instead of 1, your bank account balance is still the same. This behavior happens because we tend to keep an emotional balance sheet in our head, which is less concerned with actual gains and losses than the feeling of gains and losses. Even though watching the movie makes you less happy, at least if you sit through it, you don't have to count that cinema ticket price as a loss in your mental checkbook. This is why we fall for marketing gimmicks like free shipping for orders over $40, and we end up spending more just to reach that threshold. Or maybe we have an Amazon Prime account, and we end up buying more things in order to feel like we really got use out of the membership. This is Jane. Jane has an old necklace gifted to her by her grandmother. The necklace itself has a market value of $100, but Jane is willing to sell it only for $150 or more. If we think about it strictly in terms of money, it would be best for Jane to sell it, since she got it for free and would then profit from selling it. The value of the jewelry shouldn't change just because it is owned by her. But in reality, Jane is emotionally attached to the necklace, and therefore is overvaluing its worth. This is called Endowment Effect, and it describes how people tend to value items that they own more highly than they would if they did not belong to them. This effect can be applied in multiple settings, but it is especially important in marketing. Things like test drives, trial subscriptions, and product samples all use the endowment effect to their advantage, because this behavior applies even to things that we temporarily own or that we haven't bought yet. Imagine that you got a bonus of $300 from your job. What would you do with the money? Would you buy something expensive, or maybe go to a fancy restaurant? Most people would probably spend that unexpected money on frivolous expenses that they could easily avoid, because it is free money. They didn't really work for it. This is called mental accounting, which is a behavioral economics concept introduced by economist Richard Thaler that refers to the different values people place on money based on subjective criteria that often have unfavorable results. Mental accounting violates the assumption that money is fungible, meaning that every dollar has the same value regardless of where it comes from or what it is used for. So, going back to that bonus, let's say that normally you would never spend $300 for a meal, but because that $300 was unexpected money, you think it has less value and you spend it at a fancy restaurant. That money could have gone to cover some necessary expenses, or maybe in savings, but because you are assigning a different value to it, you're practically making a poor financial decision. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.